We see a sequence here that is almost right out of a self-defense video or self-defense curriculum from like old Gracie stuff, Marine martial arts, etc. Except instead of using a knee bar, it uses a bent leg attack from kind of inverted side control. So um, what we have is Lou Thesz going for a waist hold from behind, and then once he goes to prepare the actual drag down element, his opponent grabs the leg from underneath, and this would result in a knee bar in a lot of modern kind of contexts, but in some of these catch wrestling matches, this is not the only time I've seen something similar. Rather than a straight knee bar, it's kind of the knee twisting submission where rather than making any kind of figure four grip on the foot, it just like standard kind of grabbing with two hands, relying on the increased frictive grip surface of a wrestling shoe or wrestling boot rather than bare feet. And this kind of a submission is still perfectly valid, in my opinion. I hit it in rolls with advanced players all the time. And in fact, I try to only do it with advanced players because it's such an out of fashion submission style in modern BJJ that a lot of people in a dojo won't recognize what you're doing, and you kind of have to warn them like, "Hey, you're in danger," right? But it's still a valid submission type. Um, I would argue that again, most people are just going to go from a knee bar the way this turned out, and failing the knee bar, they might turn it into a toe hold in modern conditions. But the bent knee bars, or I'm sorry, the bent knee rippers, like what we're seeing here, still totally work. Although in the old terminology, I think we would still just call this a toe hold because it's not necessarily designed to get the opponent to say uncle so much as it's a punishment hold designed to get him to voluntarily pin himself to escape the pain. If you're going to practice these submissions, practice with care and try to only do it with grapplers who might know that their knee is actually in danger and be prepared to let it go if they don't, because they might be boneheads since it's such an unfamiliar submission type. And just because it's unfamiliar to them doesn't mean that their boneheadedness about it should result in a very horrible injury to them, right? So practice with care, practice considerately, but it's still very much a valid submission type.